Hi moms and dads, so we are in week 2 of Start Your Engines and Bake Off, where we are discovering with your pre-primary kids that when we follow Jesus, we need to start our engines and be prepared for what God has called us to do, and that's to love each other like He loves us. And your primary kids are busy discovering that it's very hard to wait for things that we want now. But when we have patience, we find out that it's worth waiting for good things. So how can you take what your kids have discovered into the rest of the week? Well, with your pre-primary kids, the story of Jesus washing the disciples' feet helped them discover that they can be a good friend. They can love like Jesus by being a good friend. So this week, while you're driving around or walking around the neighborhood, why don't you notice people and ask, how can we love that person like Jesus? How can we be a good friend? Maybe you'll notice your neighbor and say, well, we can stop and smile and say hello, and that's how we can love them like Jesus. With your primary kids, they discovered in the story of the golden calf that when we have to wait for something, it's always good to remember what is true. So this week, while you're driving around, waiting in traffic or waiting at a robot, why don't you remember what is true by putting on a worship song and celebrating? You can even sing the song of this month, which you can find at studio252.tv. Thanks so much for joining me today, and we'll see you again next week.